In the last section, we started working on our travis.yaml file. We've now got some configuration that's going to install the Google Cloud SDK. It then is going to download and install the kubectl command line tool. And then finally, we had said that we need to make sure that we essentially authorize the Google Cloud SDK with some service account. And the credentials for that are going to be placed inside of this service account.json file. Now in this section, we're going to create this service account.json file. We're going to put some credentials in there, and then we're going to somehow hook it up to our Travis CI build. Now here's the entire series of steps that we're going to go through. So the first thing we have to do is log on to our Google Cloud Console, and we're going to create a service account. Remember, a service account is very similar to that IAM user that we had created back on AWS. It's essentially a set of credentials that's going to allow programmatic access to our Google Cloud account. When we make that service account, we'll then be provided with a JSON file that contains the account credentials to access the service account. So that JSON file is a very sensitive little file, and we really want to make sure that the information inside of it does not get exposed to the outside world. So to make sure that we don't have to commit that file to GitHub and accidentally push it up to GitHub or anything like that, we're going to encrypt the file and store the encrypted file on Travis CI's servers. Now we've already gone through an example where we made use of an environment variable that was encrypted with Travis CI, but that was with a string or just a simple environment variable. This time around, we want to load up a file that gets encrypted and stored with Travis, as opposed to a simple string. So to do so, we're going to download and install the Travis CLI. Now the real name for this would be like the Travis CI CLI, but I realized that was kind of confusing. So we're going to download Travis CLI on our local machine, and we'll be able to use that CLI to encrypt this file and store it with Travis. So we're going to encrypt it and then upload the JSON file and tie it to our Travis account so that it cannot be viewed as plain text by anyone else in the world. Then finally, inside of our travis.yaml file, we're going to add a little bit of configuration to take that file that we just encrypted and uploaded. We're going to unencrypt it, unencrypt the JSON file, and then we're going to take the JSON file and load it into Google Cloud, or the G-Cloud SDK. And this is essentially the line right here that's going to do that. This line is what takes that JSON file and loads it up and tells the Google Cloud SDK that, hey, here's who we are, and here are the credentials that you need to access our Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so let's get to it. Step one, create a service account. So I'm going to go back over to my Google Cloud dashboard. On the top left-hand side, I'll find my navigation menu, and then I'm going to scroll down to IAM and admin right here. Now on this page, you might already see a bunch of different things created here. I don't recall if these are, these are brand new. I'm pretty sure these are brand new. I was going to say I can't recall if these are automatically generated or what, but I'm pretty sure these will automatically generated. Now on the left-hand side, I'm going to find service accounts. Then on the top right-hand side, I'll say, oops, not that one. Let me zoom out here. I can't actually see everything because I'm running a little zoomed in. There it is, create service account right in the middle. Okay, so we're going to put in some information to this thing. First, we have to provide an account name. You can put any name in here that you want. It really doesn't matter. It'd be nice if you just kind of, as the note says, kind of describe what this service account is going to be used for. So I'll call this thing, how about Travis Deployer? I think that makes enough sense. We then have to assign a role, which is essentially the permissions that this service account is going to have. So in this table, I'm going to scroll down and find Kubernetes. So here's Kubernetes engine, and we're going to make it an engine admin because this is going to be a service account that has total control over our cluster and can easily create new objects, delete objects, edit them, whatever needs to be done. So I'll click on that, and then we'll select furnish a new private key, and we want to get a JSON file for our private key. So that's pretty much it. I'm then going to save the file, or excuse me, save the new service account. And then I'll be automatically prompted with a download here for the JSON file that has our account credentials inside of it. So I can close this window. And then this JSON file right here, this is the very important thing that we want to make use of and eventually encrypt and upload to Travis CI. Now, I want to be 100% clear, this is extremely important, so please listen very carefully. This file that was just downloaded, under no way, shape, or form do I ever want to accidentally expose this JSON file to the outside world. So I'm going to make 100% sure that I do not accidentally commit this file to Git or upload it to GitHub or anything like that. So again, please make sure that you treat this file very carefully and do not accidentally expose it to the outside world. All right, so now that we've created our service account, let's take a quick pause right here. When we come back in the next section, we're going to download and install the Travis CLI. So quick pause, and I'll see you in just a minute.